The history of chocolate is a long and beautiful story. It is a story of nature power and the magic of a small seed. Today, we take a piece of chocolate and we eat it quickly. We do not think about where it comes from, but in the past, chocolate was not a snack in a colorful paper. It was a drink for kings. It was a gift for the gods. In this video, we will travel back in time. We will see the green forests and the tall mountains. We will meet the people who first found the secrets of the cacao tree. This is the history of chocolate, the food of the gods. The story begins thousands of years ago in the deep forests of Central America. Imagine a place where the air is very warm and very wet. This is the rainforest. The ground is covered in soft green leaves. The sun is very bright, but the big trees make dark shadows on the ground. Birds with red and blue feathers fly between the branches. Monkeys jump from tree to tree. In this forest, there is a special tree. It is not a very tall tree. It has large green leaves that stay green all year. This is the cacao tree. It grows in the shade of the bigger trees because it likes the cool air near the ground. On the trunk of this tree, strange fruits begin to grow. These fruits are called pods. They look like small, bumpy footballs. At first, the pods are green. As the sun shines on them and the rain falls, they change color. They become bright yellow. Some become orange. Others become deep red or purple. Inside these colorful pods, there is a secret. If you open a pod, you do not see a chocolate bar. You see many white seeds. These seeds are covered in a sweet white pulp. The pulp tastes like fruit, but the seeds are very bitter. These seeds are the beginning of everything we love about chocolate. The first people to use these seeds were the Olmec people. This was a long, long time ago. They lived in the warm lands near the ocean. They looked at the cacao tree and they saw something special. They did not eat the seeds like we do today. They did not have sugar or milk. Instead, they took the seeds and they crushed them. They turned the seeds into a paste. They mixed this paste with water and spices. It was a cold drink. It was not sweet. It was bitter and strong. For the Olmec people, this drink was a way to feel strong. They believed it gave them energy from the earth. After the Olmec people, another great group of people arrived. They were the Maya. The Maya people lived in beautiful cities with tall stone pyramids. They were very smart. They watched the stars and they wrote books. They also loved the cacao tree very much. For the Maya, cacao was not just food. It was like gold. It was so important that they used the cacao seeds as money. Imagine going to a market. You want to buy a turkey or some beautiful cloth. You do not give the person metal coins. You give them cacao seeds. 4 seeds can buy a pumpkin. 10 seeds can buy a rabbit. 100 seeds can buy a person a lot of things. The Maya believed that the cacao tree belonged to the gods. There is an old story about how the gods gave the tree to the people. Because of this, the Maya called it the food of the gods. They treated the tree with great respect. They grew cacao trees in their gardens. They watered them carefully. When it was time to harvest the seeds, they had big parties. They danced and they sang songs to thank the gods for the gift of chocolate. They believed that drinking chocolate made them more like the gods. It made their hearts feel light and their bodies feel powerful. For the Maya, drinking chocolate was a special ceremony. They did not drink it every day like we drink tea or coffee. They drank it during weddings and at the end of big battles. They had a special way of making the drink. First, they dried the seeds in the sun. Then they roasted them over a fire. The smell of the roasting seeds was very strong and rich. After roasting, they removed the outer shell. They used a large stone to grind the seeds into a smooth liquid. They added water, chili peppers, and cornmeal. To make it perfect, they poured the drink from one jar to another jar. They held the jars very high. This created a thick brown foam on top. This foam was the best part of the drink. Imagine a Maya king sitting on his stone throne. He wears a crown made of green feathers. He wears gold jewelry that shines in the sun. In his hand, he holds a cup made of clay. The cup is painted with beautiful pictures of animals and stars. Inside the cup is the dark, spicy chocolate drink. The king sips the drink slowly. He feels the heat of the chili peppers on his tongue. He feels the bitterness of the cacao. He feels his energy return. Around him, the city is busy. People are walking to the market. Children are playing near the houses. But the king is quiet. He is enjoying the food of the gods. Life in the Maya lands was tied to the seasons. When the rain came, the cacao trees grew fast. When the sun was hot, the pods became ripe and heavy. The people watched the trees every day. They knew that the cacao tree was a bridge between the world of humans and the world of spirits. They even painted pictures of cacao pods on the walls of their temples. They carved the shape of the pod into stone. They wanted everyone to remember that chocolate was a gift. It was a symbol of life and a symbol of the earth. As the years passed, the Maya shared their knowledge of chocolate with other people. Traders traveled long distances through the jungle. They carried heavy bags of cacao seeds on their backs. They walked over mountains and across rivers. They went to places where the cacao tree could not grow because it was too dry or too high. In these places, chocolate was even more valuable. It was a luxury. Only the richest people and the greatest warriors could taste it. The dark drink was a sign of success. If you had chocolate, you had power. The story of chocolate is just beginning. We have seen the green forests and the ancient Maya cities. We have learned how a bitter seed became a drink for kings. But soon a new group of people will arrive. They are the Aztecs. They will take the love of chocolate to a new level. They will build a great city in the middle of a lake. They will believe that chocolate gives them wisdom. The journey of the cacao seed is moving from the forest to the great empires. It is a journey of thousands of miles and thousands of years. It is a journey that will eventually change the whole world. The story of chocolate continues with the rise of a new and powerful empire. These people are called the Aztecs. The Aztecs live in a high valley surrounded by tall blue mountains. In the middle of a large lake, they build a magnificent city called Tenochtitlan. It is a city of white stone and bright flowers. However, the air here is cool and dry. The cacao tree cannot grow in this high valley. To the Aztecs, this makes the cacao seed even more precious. They call the tree of the bright feathers. They believe that one of their gods, a giant snake with feathers named Quetzalcoatl, brought the cacao tree from the mountains of the gods to the people on earth. Because they cannot grow the trees themselves, the Aztecs have to travel far away. They send their soldiers and their merchants to the warm, wet lands of the south. They trade beautiful bird feathers and soft cotton for bags of cacao seeds. Sometimes they demand cacao as a tax from the people they rule. Every year, thousands of bags of seeds arrive in the great city. The seeds are kept in giant storehouses. These storehouses are like the banks of today. The Aztec king, a man named Montezuma, is the richest man in the world because he owns millions of these seeds. He treats the seeds like treasure. For the Aztecs, chocolate is a drink for the brave and the wise. It is not for everyone. Common people can only drink it on very special days. But for the soldiers, it is a part of their life. Before a long walk or a big battle, the soldiers drink cold, frothy chocolate. They believe it gives them the strength of 10 men. They do not need to eat much food if they have their chocolate drink. It keeps their bodies strong and their minds sharp. They carry the seeds with them in small bags. When they are tired, they mix the seeds with water and feel the power of the gods return to their legs. King Montezuma loves chocolate more than anyone else. He is a very serious man who lives in a palace of gold. He does not drink from clay cups like the Maya. He drinks his chocolate from cups made of pure gold. He never uses the same gold cup twice. After he finishes his drink, he throws the gold cup into the lake. He drinks 50 cups of chocolate every single day. He likes his chocolate very cold and very thick. His servants mix the chocolate with vanilla honey and even flowers. They shake the drink until it has a very high foam. The king believes that chocolate helps him speak with the gods and make good decisions for his people. In the year 1519, something happens that changes the history of chocolate forever. Large ships with white sails appear on the ocean. On these ships are men from a far land called Spain. The leader of these men is Hernán Cortés. He and his soldiers wear clothes made of shiny metal. They ride animals that the Aztecs have never seen before. These animals are horses. When Cortés arrives at the city of Montezuma, he is amazed. He sees the markets, the pyramids, and the gold. But he also sees the people drinking a dark, mysterious liquid. He watches the king drink from his gold cups. At first, the Spanish soldiers do not like the taste of chocolate. To them, it is too bitter and too spicy. One soldier writes in his diary that the drink is more for pigs than for humans. They do not understand why the Aztecs value these brown seeds more than gold. But Cortés is a very observant man. He sees how the Aztec soldiers can walk all day without getting tired after drinking chocolate. He realizes that this drink is not just a strange food, it is a source of energy. He decides to take some of these seeds back to his own country. He wants to show the King of Spain this secret from the New World. When the Spanish return to Europe, they bring the cacao seeds with them. At first, the people in Spain are confused. They try to make the drink like the Aztecs, but it is too strong for them. Then they decide to make some changes. They stop using chili peppers. Instead, they add a lot of sugar from the islands of the Caribbean. They also add cinnamon and black pepper. Most importantly, they decide to drink the chocolate hot instead of cold. They find that when the chocolate is hot and sweet, it tastes like magic. It is smooth, warm, and delicious. For a long time, the Spanish keep chocolate a secret from the rest of Europe. They do not want other countries to know about the food of the gods. Only the royal family and the very rich people in Spain can drink it. It is a very expensive secret. The cacao seeds have to travel across a giant ocean in wooden ships. The journey is dangerous and takes many months. Storms and pirates are everywhere. Because it is so hard to get chocolate becomes a symbol of the highest class. If you drink hot chocolate in Spain, it means you are very important and very wealthy. Slowly, the secret begins to spread. A Spanish princess marries the King of France. She brings her love of chocolate to the French court. She has a special servant whose only job is to prepare her chocolate every morning. Soon the lords and ladies of France are drinking hot chocolate in their beautiful gardens. They use silver pots and delicate cups made of white porcelain. They talk about art and music while they sip the sweet, dark liquid. From France, the love of chocolate moves to England, Italy, and Germany. Chocolate becomes the most popular luxury in all of Europe. In London, people begin to open chocolate houses. These are places where men gather to talk about the news of the day. Inside a chocolate house, the air is thick with the smell of roasting cacao and sweet sugar. The walls are covered in dark wood. People sit at small tables and pay a penny to enter. They drink their chocolate and share stories about the world. It is a place of high energy and big ideas. But even in these houses, chocolate is still very expensive. A simple worker cannot afford a cup. It is still a drink for the elite, a gift for those who have gold and power. As more people want chocolate, the world begins to change. More cacao trees are planted in warm countries around the world. The journey of the seed is now a global journey. Thousands of ships cross the oceans carrying cacao sugar and spices. The simple seed from the rainforest is now the center of a giant trade. But the way chocolate is made is still the same as it was in the time of the Maya. It is still a drink. No one has thought of making it into a solid bar yet. No one knows that one day chocolate will be something you can carry in your pocket. The history of chocolate is about to enter a time of machines and big inventions. In the 1800s, the world changed with big machines and new ideas. Before this time, making chocolate was very slow and difficult, so only rich people could buy it. But then everything changed. A man named Van Houten made the first chocolate powder, which made the drink smooth and cheap. Then, in 1847, Joseph Fry in England created the very first chocolate bar. Finally, in Switzerland, Daniel Peter and Henri Nestlé added milk to the recipe to make milk chocolate. It was sweet, creamy, and perfect. Soon chocolate was not just for kings anymore. It became a treat for everyone around the world. Today we can find chocolate in every shop, but the story is still the same. The cacao tree still grows in the warm green rainforests, and farmers still pick the colorful pods by hand. When you eat a piece of chocolate today, remember its long journey. It started as a bitter seed in the jungle. It was used as money by the Maya, and it was a secret drink for powerful kings. The history of chocolate is a story of nature magic and hard work. It is truly the food of the gods that we all love. Thank you for watching this story with us. Goodbye, and see you again in the next videos of Insight English Stories.